April 5th, 2025. This is a regular call from a guy. I replaced his power vent motor a while back. Probably 3-4 months ago. He's calling me. He called me last night, Friday night, and he's got no heat. He tried to hit the reset. It runs for like 30 seconds and shuts off. So the protector relay is shutting off the unit. So last time I was there, I did a power vent motor and a new nozzle. He had just changed the tank, so I didn't change the filter. So I don't know if it's a spark problem or the boiler needs to be replaced. I told him that last time I was there. I put like a metal patch on the top. He didn't change the boiler, obviously, but I'm gonna go over there, see if we can get it running for him again. Find out why it's not running. See if I'm getting spark, if I'm getting oil flow. He says he didn't run out of. He's got oil in the tank. That don't mean he didn't run out when it needs to be purged, right? I mean, that could be it. Could be bio slime in the filter. But I didn't change the filter last time I was there. He needs to change the boiler. I'll reaffirm that when I get there. But I mean, I can't force people to do shit. I can tell them what they need to do, but you know, unless this house is full of carbon monoxide or something, I really can't shut it off on a guy legally. So I'll document what I got going on over there. Obviously, it's an ongoing issue where he needs to change this fucker, but he's not, so I'm gonna cover my ass. I'll bring my carbon monoxide detector in there and make sure everything's okay. Hasn't been running, but
just wait.
Wow, it's really bad. You know, you need to change this thing. We talked about that last time.
I don't have so we got right now. That's the thing. Give me like another month or two. I'll replace it.
Alright, so let's see what's going on. We'll find out what the hell. Now, we didn't change the filter last time I was here. You said you had changed the tank, right? And the filter was new. We'll see what's going on. That's an old Webster pump. Did you run out of oil? No?
No. You got half a tank.
Look at the crust. Wow. M-Troll, whatever that is.
I had to replace the diaphragm tank.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, right there, that blue one right there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there was water all over my floor. What's it?
A
little bit?
Well, you got the tank, you got the switch, and you got all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to see what they're going for.
Yeah.
The way shit's now, I mean.
I know the kid that came here. Who did I call? I forget who I called.
I don't want to shoot from the hip from you here. I mean,
yeah, no, it is what it is. Anyway, I already paid it. But anyway, so the kid that came here, he showed up at like 8 a.m. the next day.
Oh, so you had somebody change it for you?
Yeah.
You didn't do it?
No. So then,
well, you're not happy with the price, or you are?
No, I don't know if that was expensive or not.
No, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, you don't work for free, do you?
No.
I don't either. Alright, we'll find out what's going on with it. It seems awful fucking dusty in here. You know, you got the... You know what's not good here is you got the washing machine and dryer. All that lint is coming in here. See all this fucking lint? Not good. It's gonna get on that fan blade, and then it gets on the fan blade, and the fan blade don't push right. Let's see if it fires. You say it. How many times did you hit it?
I think I tried it like 3 times.
3 times. Yeah. All right, we won't even try then. Doesn't seem like it's firing because there's oil in there. You didn't run out of oil, you said, right?
No.
Don't mean there's not a blockage. Let's see if there's oil here with the pressure gauge. We'll check our. Was your wife pissed off she couldn't take a shower?
Yeah. Like, it's only one night. Like, you'll be alright. You're gonna live.
Yeah. Happy camper. The power vent has been running or no?
Yeah. Everything's dead.
So you got it off? You got the switch off? No.
No.
What is this fucking thing doing? I'm gonna check the transformer and see if we got any. Oh, this fucker. She's crusty, bitch. Let's see what we got inside here. If it's got any crust on a nozzle. Sometimes it gets, especially if it hasn't been firing. No, it don't look bad. That don't look like a problem. I bet you it's this transformer. CAD cell. CAD cell's not black. See if we're getting pressure and spark. That'll be the first thing we gotta check. Could be the CAD cell. This thing's not loose or anything, right? There's been people in here playing around, so I have to be careful. I mean,
You replaced that last time.
well, no, but this guy's.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Shit. This guy's been in here doing other stuff. I might have hit something, or you know what I'm saying?
I got a little spill kit. I can go grab it.
That'll be alright. But yeah, it's something to do with the pump. Alright, so I'm gonna get my screwdriver. We'll check. Are you watching so you know next time what to do?
Yeah. I don't know shit about these things, so.
It's not fucking difficult.
No.
Once you get the basics. So make sure I get my good screwdriver. I don't fry my ass. Everything's fucking floating in the wind here. Alright, so we start it. We should get oil pressure. You could go into a bucket with this thing too, so let's hit the reset.
Just like check the flow coming out.
Yeah, we'll be able to tell if we get oil pressure. This goes up. Alright, and then once it starts, I'll check the. See, I get a good screwdriver. We're getting oil pressure. Yeah, it could just be the nozzle. Well, the nozzle might have went bad. We did have oil pressure there.
So check
It could be that it's firing and then the CAD cell's shutting it off. You know? We know we're getting oil pressure and we're getting spark. So let's put it back together and see. Is it firing and getting hot and then shutting off? Does it like to light up? Or it just runs?
It'll do that for about 30 seconds and then it shuts right off.
Will it run or just does it fire or just runs?
I think it fires up. No.
It does?
No, it just I hit a power vent to turn on. I don't think the flame actually like ignites and then it just shuts down.
Okay, so it's not. It could be.
It doesn't sound like it's lighting up.
It could be the nozzle. See when we're having a problem. I'm gonna just check it first, folks. See if it lights up. You don't think it's lighting up?
No. I don't hear it fire up.
Usually you can hear it,
yeah,
right?
Usually I can hear it.
Alright, let's just change the nozzle. We know we're getting oil. It's possible that it's the fucking nozzle.
It's been leaking, so maybe that's, I don't know. I don't know where it's leaking from.
Ooh, dog's friendly. Head's still on there, so that's a good sign.
What's up, baby? Yeah, man. Say hi to Steve.
How old?
She's 5.
That's a good age, huh?
Yeah.
This pump doesn't have a screen on it. You see, this is a Webster pump, so it doesn't have a screen. She's clean. I'll put a new nozzle on here. See, and you got an issue. We'll see if it fires. Sometimes they go bad. I mean, anything's possible, right? Shouldn't, but we're getting spark. We're getting spark and we're getting oil, so the next thing I have to check is motor to pump coupling. I'll be able to tell. We'll see if it fires up. Start with the easy shit, right? It could be that CAD cells. That CAD cell has to sense the light, and if sometimes they go bad and they'll kick the burner off. It seems like that might not be in there, right? For some reason, I don't know why. Been running. You need to change this fucker, guy. Yeah. You know that. I don't want to see something happen and then, you know.
Hoping like next month I'll have the 10 grand for it.
Sometimes what happens is this will drip, this jet tube drip down here and do that. That might be what it been, because see how this is a little oily?
Is it wet?
It don't take much for it to drip down here. That jet tube, that little bit, you'll be able to tell. If not, you didn't run out of oil, you said, right?
No. You told me to make sure not to.
Yeah, no, because then you gotta bleed it, right?
Well, that bleeder screw right there.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh yeah, I couldn't even release the bleeder last time.
So I always made sure I never ran out of fuel.
We're gonna do something. We gotta change the whole pump. That's what it was. The bleeder was stripped out.
Yeah. Somebody stripped that thing out. I've never even touched that thing.
That's what it was. All right, so let's see if it fires and stays running. We'll see right now. I mean, when we first started, it might smoke a little bit because you've been hitting the. It might smoke a little bit. We'll see. If you start in the smokes, you got to keep it running. You can't shut it off; it can explode.
That's nice.
That's good to know. Yeah. It fires up. Yeah, she fired right up. Yeah. See it?
Yeah. So I never did that before.
No.
No.
It's possible just the nozzle would walk on us. See all the oil in there?
Yeah.
So what happens is sometimes the nozzle gets a little screwed up and it sprays a queer angle. See what I mean by not letting it shut off? That right there could have did it. So I'll shut this for now until we run it a bit. Might be the fan is not. Just let it clear for a bit. Sometimes this shaft, there's a coupler in here that'll spin and won't spin right.
Yeah.
Give it a minute. It could just be a nozzle.
It never fired up though before.
It didn't?
No.
Because you could hear it?
I could hear it. I even opened that up to check.
Oh, like I said, it might have been a nozzle. I mean. Seems a little fucked up in here. You didn't drain the water out or anything like that?
No.
Something's making some funky noises going on in there. Hear them noises?
I think it always does that.
Almost like it's making steam or something. You get a lot of air in the lines upstairs?
I have no idea. It's always made that noise though. Especially like late at night you can hear it like throughout the house.
Really?
Yeah.
All I'm here was you probably purge it. I mean, I got the purge valve right there. It's always made that noise?
Yeah. Ever since I bought the house. Sometimes at night, dude, it's loud.
Really? Let me get my I mean, we've got a purge station right here. We can purge it. It'll take 2 minutes. I can feel it's making steam. It's making steam. Something's weird about it. It does heat though?
Yeah.
Bad tank. If I purge this out and get the air out of the system, if that tank's bad,
It's gonna blow up.
it's gonna blow the relief valve. You know, but the only way to get the air out of the system is purge it, which is not supposed to be in the system. That tank should be working, but that's just something that possibility. Not
Do you
saying
have any of those tanks?
I do
Just in
have
case?
them. I do have them. Let's try purging it and then see what happens. I would think that would be the, you know. Yeah, it's making steam. Sure sounds like it. Alright, so let's open these up. That one's open. Just to purge it. We'll see if there's air in there right now, okay? I'm thinking that there's probably air in the system, but... Where's the feeder? Yeah, it's on the right side. Something's weird. You know, something's fucking weird here. This cold is coming right into the... Cold comes in here, hot comes in here. Relief valve's not blowing, right? No. There's no water coming out the relief valve that you know of. Don't seem like there's any fucking water, any air in there. I don't hear any air in the fucker. I mean, it's good to check this shit while I'm here, right? It's good to make sure. Has anybody did the purge before? No.
A little bit of air right there just popped out.
Oh, no, you'd hear it. I'd be able to hear it if it was gurgling and, you know, making all kinds of. It might have something to do with the well. Might have something to do with that. don't see a lot of air in a fucker. It's funky, something's funky with it. I don't think there's a lot of air in there. I don't think so. Re-engage the heads. That one's still calling. I'm sure they're both still calling. Alright. I wonder why it would be making noise. I get the cold coming in on the right side. What's this got something to do with this tankless? You know what it could be? That cold water's supposed to be trapped. See how the cold water comes in? The cold water comes in here and then into this. It's supposed to go down 8 inches from this valve here. See this valve? It's supposed to come out of the valve, right? And then down 8 inches to trap it and then back up. So what's probably happening, this cold water might be, maybe the cold water is not trapped for some reason and making that funky noise. We just purged it, we'll see, but this is supposed to come in and then down 8 inches. What do we got here? We got 6, right? It could be that this valve is screwed up. Look at it. Yeah, there's like a check valve in there. I mean, something's making that funky noise. Let's see if it stops. It makes it all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the cold
Especially
coming
when
in.
Like when it first fires up, it does it.
When it first starts?
Yeah. But then it kind of goes away.
Yeah, what's probably happening is it might have cold water in there, you know?
Yeah.
And the boiler's hot when it's firing. I bet you that's got something to do with it. Still got some drippage happening here. Yep, that's our problem. See the oil up there? I got a bad jet tube. See the oil? Jet tube's leaking there. See it? That's our problem. Well, that's one problem.
One of many?
Yeah, one of many. Let me just get another jet tube for you, okay?
Alright, thank you.
Alright, the jet tube's leaking. I gotta change that. That's where the oil's coming from with this fucking place. This thing's a fucking disaster. She is one crusty bitch, mama. The pump, I can't even bleed the pump because it's... Let's see, it's... crusty.
What?
Yeah, every time, you know, you tighten this thing up and loosen it, it's got a chance of, it's only a little copper flare, right? Know what I'm saying?
Wear it out, it's getting...
Yeah, every time you change the nozzle, you got a potential leak problem. Let's see in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of... It's only a flare, a little copper flare.
It doesn't take much, right?
Well, I mean, every time you change the nozzle, you're tightening it a little more and loosening it and tightening it, and just a piece of thin copper, right?
Yeah, you're losing it.
It's over 100 pounds pressure there. All right, we'll check it now. That's where the oil was coming from. So obviously, there's a little oil was dripping here.
Yeah, I seen it.
Getting spin in there. So that little puff was probably the oil that's been dripping in there too. Let's see. I don't want to do a lot to this thing because it's got to go. You start you know, they always say you want to do a boob job on a lady, she's 90 years old in a nursing home. Right? Yeah. Let's rebuild her. Well, this is running.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We've got the leak straightened out. I'll get you by for now. It's still gonna go. Like I said.
Take that little copper plug.
Huh?
Take that copper.
I can't hear.
Take that copper.
You don't want it?
Yeah. I'm sure you got a little bucket going,
I
right?
do. I got a big bucket going. I ain't a plumber too, you know. Everything's up now. Copper, aluminum, everything. What do you think about all this trade deficit shit we're going to start?
No, man, I think we just ride it out.
I guess maybe ride it out and see what happens.
Actually,
I don't know either. It's a little scary to fly on this one. It's still making that noise. I bet you it's that trapped. I bet you that thing has something to do with it. I bet you it has something to do with the tempering valve and the cold water going into the boiler.
makes that noise.
You said it's always done that, right?
Always, yeah. It's actually kind of annoying. It's like at midnight, if that thing kicks on, it wakes me up.
Well, when you get the new boiler, it's all going to be changed. So, I mean, if the thing wasn't so flippin' rotted and shit, you know, it might be worth playing around with it. But I wouldn't put a lot of money and time into it because it's got issues. It needs to go. Safety-wise. At least you're running again, so let's make sure there's no carbon monoxide. It's 0, so it's still making that funky noise. I wonder what the high limit is. Not like it's the high limit or anything. It might just be the way the boiler is. It almost seems like it's coming off from the boiler. Seems like it's the boiler part. It could be this. Something is making steam. There's no air trapped in it? I mean, as far as you run the hot water, you got no air or nothing in it? No? Does it do it in the summertime too? Yeah.
I notice it more in the winter.
There's no air in the system because we just purged it good. Alright, good oil flow, good spark. We replaced the nozzle, new jet tube, purge zones. That one's not leaking. Still making that noise though, huh? I could hear it. It's not air in there, so. Weird. Weird. Our pressure's, look at our pressure jumping around. The water pressure's jumping. So that's on the tankless part. See how it's jumping?
Yeah.
It's something to do with the tankless. That's weird. That's funky. Can you see that thing bouncing around?
Yep.
That's on this tankless part. It's not leaking in there. I don't see any steam. You said it's always done that?
The noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Alright guys, just left that job. What I think's happening with that boiler is it's a steel boiler and it's got a nipple. It's got a nipple that's welded in the top of that steel boiler. It's only showing about this much of the nipple that's sticking out. So a regular 1.5-inch nipple's probably about this long. There's only this much sticking out. So the rest of that nipple is stuck down inside the boiler, and I think it's trapping air in there. So when you first start the boiler up and it's cold, it'll make that rumbling noise, but as it heats up, the noise goes away. I think there's air trapped in the top of that boiler. When you first start it up, it makes making like steam. There's no air in the system. He says it's always done that ever since he's moved in, and I think it's just the way that steel boiler is made from burning. They should have made that steel. They should have put that nipple all the way up and then welded it on a supply. This way there'd be no air trapped, and you'd stick the nipple down inside and then weld it. You're trapping all that air on the nipple. I think that's why it's doing that, because I purged it, no air. I gave it a good purge, both zones. It's a weird setup. You know, like I say, every day's a school day. That's one of those things where it's just the design of the boiler that's shit. There's nothing you can do about it. That boiler's gonna go anyway. I didn't charge him for the nozzle. I was just there recently, and I did charge him for the jet tube, and I gave one easy on him with the labor. He paid me. Like I told him, I reinforced that he's got to replace that boiler. Another thing with them jet tubes, as you change a nozzle, you know, and you're working on it over the years, sometimes them flares get a little queer. You know, they might be fine before you got there, and next time you tighten up the flare, could be an issue. So as the boiler was running, it was dripping down inside the burner. That's where that oil came from. Put a new jet tube in there and let it rip, potato chip. That pump, the drain on the pump is frozen on there. I can't even loosen it up to get the air out. So last time I was there, he told me he needs a new boiler and he's gonna change that. Change the whole. Why put a new pump on there when you gotta change the whole boiler? Yeah, so I mean, he's got issues there, but there you go. Day in the life. Day in the life of a heating man.